Hey, afternoon, guys. Welcome back to Sierra Rick Now Podcast. It's your host, Charlie Pankey. And this week we are going to be talking backpacking and lots of adventures, family history, and some of our hidden gems across the Sierra. I have a great show planned for you today. My guest today is Brian Martz. He's the part of the SoCal Water guys down in California. He calls himself the Water Guy. But I know Brian is a whole different story. I got introduced to Brian on a ski trip up here in Palisades. Him and some buddies were up, and my neighbor knew him. And he goes, "You got to meet this guy. You guys are like kindred twins, right?" And I go, "Okay." And so I met Brian. He was super chill, super nice. We had a beer together, had a nice time chatting it up. And I kind of forgot about it, right? Cool guy. I meet people all the time. And then last year, he calls me out of the blue and says, "Hey, a bunch of my buddies and I go backpacking every year, and we want you to go with us. We'd like you to explore the Eastern Sierra with us." I go, "Heck yeah, let's do it." And so he took me up the Bishop Pass Trail. We got to see the Chocolate Lakes. Had a wonderful weekend backpacking with him and his buddies, hearing some of their stories. And then lo and behold, this year he took me out on my very first Fishmas, and we sat on a boat and froze our butt off in the snow and caught big old fish. And Brian was the champion. He caught. Well, how big was that fish, Brian? It was like it was
Four and
massive.
a half
Right?
pound, 4.5 pound cutthroat, and another 4.5 pound brown trout,
Yeah,
and their cousins.
he was crushing it. So, anyways, I wanted to bring Brian on because not only does Brian have a really cool story about all the adventures he's done since he's a child, but he has a cool family history story to tell. And part of the things that Brian and I talk about all the time is that there's a legacy that not only his uncle taught him that he's going to talk about a little bit today, but he continues to share as he continues to bring new strangers and people into the wilderness, into the Sierra to share what he loves best. So, without further ado, Brian, my friend, how are you doing, and what's been going on in the Sierra?
Well, I want to before we jump right into that, I just tell you a little bit about me. Like you said, I'm the water guy. I do for about almost 38 years, 39 years. I do wear this costume because I am the mascot of the nation's largest water district, and they have me go into classrooms doing H2O shows,
Love it.
these special events, and so yeah, there's even a pet rock of the admiral.
Very good.
So, yes, and as you see this bookmark, it's about the water cycle. I teach the water cycle and
Yeah.
uh,
So
con-
here, so check this out, folks. If you were listening from the Los Angeles area and you know this guy, he's been in your kid's classroom, make a comment down below. Let us know that you know the water guy and what he's talking about. Because if he's wearing that costume in your kid's room, I guarantee.
and number two is thank you for that. Yes, this is the calendar from the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. This is the one I. This is my proof before I did the final print. I've been doing this for almost 37 years, so this is my baby. On the back is our member agencies who
There you
help
go.
bring the water district together. People like Beverly Hills, Compton, the city of LA, San Diego. So these are our member
Home
agencies, and
base.
so that's what I do for work to support my hobbies and my habits of heading out to the Eastern Sierras on the weekends.
There you go.
So,
You're making that trip north on 395.
three night, many times.
Brian that loves his skiing in Mammoth and his fishing. You guys made it up to Virginia Lakes this year, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Correct. Yes.
So
Just last month.
tell everybody. Let's start the show. Tell everybody about Virginia Lakes and how that backpacking trip went. Yeah, 'cause I'm sure you took fishing poles, some of those beautiful fishing holes there in Virginia
Oh,
Lakes.
yeah. So John and Carol Webb run the resort there at Little Virginia Lake, and they've been doing it for a number of years. Great people. They live in the community right off the 395 and the road that goes up to Virginia Lakes.
Okay.
That's where they live. At the top of Conway Summit. Some
Yeah.
of you guys are very familiar with
Very.
Conway Summit. It's an 8,000-foot pass, and so their home is right there. And then for the summertime, they would just book it right up the street, and they run that resort, a beautiful resort. They got cottages that are rustic, and I think they run on generators.
Nice.
They don't want you to bring your cell phones. They don't want you to bring your electronic gadgets because it's a wilderness kind of an area.
Yep.
A few years
Hoover
ago,
Wilderness, right?
I saw a mother bear with 4 cubs, and so there's bears in the area. There's lots of deer. It's a beautiful place, and
Yep.
so I put together at least two backpack trips a summer, a year. One of them's a little more of a gentle 2 to 3 day backpack excursion, and then the second one is a more hardcore big boys,
Okay.
where we do at least 4 days, and we're doing multiple nights and miles of backcountry adventure.
That's
That's
awesome.
the way.
Just so you
That's
know,
the way.
he took me on the baby step one in the Eastern Sierra. It was not that was not that long at all, but it was a great trip. Chocolate Lakes is definitely a loop worth it. Did you guys catch some good fish in Virginia Lakes?
Yeah, yes, we did. So, yeah, it's a beautiful place. It's the challenge is the hiking and carrying the packs. And before we begin, we do a weigh-in. So we weigh
Yes,
in.
you
Hey,
do.
how much are we gonna weigh? How much is our pack? It's the goal is try to get your pack down to ultralight weight, but
Yeah,
it's the process is difficult. I have a want or a need. Each item you have to go through each item. Is
yeah,
this a want? Or do I really need it? I really need it, or just kind of I want to have
yeah.
it. It's a luxury. So if it's just I want it, that's a luxury. Um,
How low did you get your pack this year?
about 38 pounds, which is
38. Hey, you'll be impressed because remember our trip. I was the third highest, right? I was up in the 40. So I got my pack down to 32 pounds this year, and that
ooh,
included my 9 pounds of food.
yes,
So I really went through my pack this year, want and need, except for my last trip where I took a few more needs because I was going to be staying in Yosemite Valley for a couple extra days. So I took some extra clothes. So I
yeah.
had a couple of, but I was pretty proud of myself to drop the weight down and go, hey, that feels pretty good to get down out of those 40s and back into the low 30s. That was really nice.
It's a challenge, isn't
Yeah.
it? A challenge. It's really like
You pack your fears, man. No matter where you're going, you pack your fears, right? That's what I always say.
yeah. I think like what Boy Scout, they say it's be prepared was their motto.
Yep.
You got to be prepared for the worst case, but then you have to scale it down and like, okay,
Yeah.
what's the likelihood? And it's
Did
difficult.
did you guys make it all the way up to Summit Lake on top?
That was the goal. And then I talked to Carolyn Webb at the
Yeah.
resort, and she said, the summit has been getting hit hard lately by a lot of people going up. You might want to do the East Lake on the East Lake
Oh, and
Green
Green
Creek.
Creek. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. I love East
Oh, it
Lake.
was
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we kind of did a detour. We got a kind of a late start because we were catching the fish at Little Virginia Lake and Big
Yeah.
Virginia Lake. So
Nice.
we kind of got a late start. We altered our plans and scale it back. We're older guys, so we're not as rambunctious as 20-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we stay at Frog Lakes the first night. So the fishing wasn't that great there.
Yeah.
So
I want you to know, before I knew you were doing this, I actually am writing about that loop in my fall magazine that's coming out. So that loop, I may have to steal some pictures from you, because I have pictures of some of the lakes, but not all of them. But that's in my fall guide that comes out next Thursday. That is that loop. So
I'm very
yeah,
interested. So the loop will start at Virginia Lakes, and then where does it end?
down Green Creek. You go.
Oh,
Yeah, so it doesn't quite loop. It's more of a U shape. You got to have a pickup system, but it's a
yes.
great. That's a great. Just a 2 day. You can make it a 3 day pretty easily, but 2 day easy, up and over. I love East Lake and Green Creek and that whole area in there. So
You have
uh,
to have like I think 4-wheel drive to get up
no,
up there.
no, not in the summertime. You can drive right back to that. It's pretty easy. So,
It's a
that
dirt
road.
road.
It's a dirt
Really?
road, yeah. Pretty easy dirt road. You can't once it gets wet, you can't get back there. It's almost impossible to get it. It just sends you to a ditch. But when it's dry, it's a pretty easy road to get back on. So
But flash floods.
great fall hike. That Green Creek Canyon during the fall with the fall colors.
Oh, I
Maybe one
bet.
of my favorite aspen canyons in the Sierra because it kind of blankets the area and the trail goes right through it. So it's like you're walking through a golden cave almost at points where the trees kind of right above you and you're just literally walking through this golden tunnel. It's pretty neat.
Oh, thank you for that tip. That's why I love reading your magazine. It's you give these golden tips, these
Golden
golden
tips.
nuggets.
Little nuggets.
It inspires us, and the things we might have not ever thought about traveling to, or they're hidden. So
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the road, and I know they use it for off roaders too
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah,
And
a lot of motorcycles out there. A lot of guys out the motorcycles out riding in the canyons. And there's actually some dispersed camping out there too. You get out there summertime, and Bridgeport people don't want you to know about it because that's kind of their home end. They don't want visitors out there, but it's a great little area out there. So hey, I want to keep the show moving a little bit forward here because you and I have got to know you just through conversation. You've been a great fan of the Sierra Rec, and we've obviously spent some time in
your
the
advertisers are
lodge,
great.
right?
I
But
love.
you have a unique story because you've been coming to the Sierra since you were a little tyke, and you've shared over many years of all the places you've gone. You've well out seen places in the Sierra that I have, but you started coming to Sierra because of your uncle. And I want to take a moment here in the center section to let the audience know about Uncle Buster, if you will, and let you kind of talk about family legacy a little bit and how his legacy of bringing people to the Sierra way back before you has led you to what you do now and bringing friends to the mountains.
That's very true. My Uncle Buster is he left a legacy and a legend within himself, but what we mostly remember him by is his love for the Sierras, the Eastern Sierras in particular. So he has spent a lot of time there. He's brought families and friends, and for over 3 decades, no, 7 decades, three generations, that he started this trend that came about actually in 1957 when his boss, which is Roy Richter, he's inventor of Krager rims and Bell helmets, and so many other different racing fanatic with building cars, and he just was the genius. So he hired my uncle Buster to be a operations manager, and lo and behold, he meets his wife, and she was quality control manager of the Bell helmets. So together they built a life, and they've always shared their adventures and love for the Sierras, and so that kind of course spread to my mom and my family, and of course me.
Right. Yeah, that's fantastic. So, wait, what's like your earliest childhood memory of coming to the Sierra with Uncle Buster? Was he coming with his work colleagues, just brought you along, or were you guys on a Boy Scout trip? What was the destination, and what was your kind of earliest memory of it?
Yeah, all above.
All the above. Okay.
I've been up. Last year. So I'm just going to run off into the weeds for just a minute because last year I was in the Boy Scouts in 1974, and it was a long term. So we go up for 7 days. So if you heard of Convict Lake, which is just out right in between Bishop and Mammoth, and there's a lake that's way back up in the headwaters of the Convict Creek. So there's a lake called Lake Dorothy, and so that was where we spent our long term. That is the place I began. I transitioned from a little boy to a man.
You told me about that, and that's actually on my fall bucket list here. I'm hoping to achieve before the snow falls. I'm planning to go down and do a little dispersed camping at Convict Lake, and then go up in the morning and do a 1 dayer up there instead of overnight. Just kind of go, see it, take some pictures, and back down. But it looks like a great route up in that canyon.
It can be done. Yes, yeah. 1 day it can be done. Get ready. It's a tough hike. It's very tough if you go all the way up to Dorothy. There's Mildred, so Mildred is 8 miles up. So you would hit that first.
Yep.
So it was just unique to be back there for the first time in 50 years.
You guys did that together. You guys did that last fall, right? Was that Labor Day weekend last year? You guys did that?
Yes, we did. Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Very good. Is it good fishing back there too?
Excellent fishing. Yes.
All right. I keep bringing up fishing because I know this group a little bit. They don't go anywhere without the fishing poles. Brian's the only fly fisher of the group. The other guys are out there with their little spin rods, and they got a little man competition about who can pull in the most fish during the day. And then every corner of the lake and every corner of the day, you'll find that their little spots trying their and they loving it, right? I actually left them last year because they were fishing Long Lake for so long. I go, hey, I'm going to go up to Raoul, and I'll meet you guys later. I went swimming. And and they came up and fished there for a half hour.
And you met
But
somebody very special up there at Rural
yeah,
Lake.
you remember that?
Yes.
If you're gonna listen to the guy in Bishop, I don't remember your name. I apologize, but I'm sitting at Raleigh Lake swimming, and this guy shows up out of nowhere, right? And he had just got done climbing over Cloud Ripper, and he'd been talking about going over these ridges, and he came down the lake, and he was heading back in town, and I'm looking up at Cloud Ripper area. I'm going, no, you
No.
don't climb over. And he's telling stories about all these ridges around there that he's been up and in, and where golden trout are. It was a great time. We talked to him about 45 minutes probably. He was full of stories. I wish I remembered his name. If
Off
you're listening to the
trail.
show, give me a call. That
Yeah, he
was
does off trail. He
yeah.
works in Mammoth. He's a carpenter guy.
You remember that? Okay, very good. Exactly. So yeah,
Yes.
but
You don't
Brian,
meet people like that very often.
I thought about you a lot this summer, and actually guys like that. As I did a 100-mile challenge for myself this summer, and what I know you've probably come close to 100 miles before, but never really kept track of it. So the goal was
Wow.
100 miles of backpacking,
Awesome.
and then I ended up doing over 100 miles, but I really wanted to do as much of it as I could off trail. I wanted to get off in the weeds and off it. I'm really comfortable off road. So we did several routes
Wow.
I'll have to share with you off
Good.
trail, which will be in this issue coming up too. That really made me think of guys like that who are locals. They know the area well. They don't have to, they go off in these places and find these awesome things. But this trip in Yosemite, McCabe Lake, we ran at 10,000 feet. We're off trail, and we ran into several meadows at 10,000 feet I didn't know existed. And one of the meadows, Brian, right in the center of the meadow, the water is literally gurgling out of the ground. It's about a softball-sized bowl, and you can just see the water gurgle like in a constant bubble going, oh my goodness, it's literally just coming out of the mountain right here. It's pretty neat.
That's a spring, and sometimes you'll find quicksand.
Yeah?
Yep, and
Yeah.
the creeks and some of the lakes, so it just bubbles up,
Yeah.
and you can take a stick and you just
Yeah,
you
I
know, like,
decided to leave it alone and just walk by, but it was wildflowers all over the place. It was pretty cool. It was kind of a unique thing. So,
I
oh,
was
what's
in
this?
upper and lower McCabe Lakes.
Oh, you there you go. You make a book out of it.
Yep, and that's Sawtooth Ridge.
Yep, exactly.
Sawtooth Ridge. It's just striking,
Yeah,
just
it's a beautiful ridge. Absolutely. So that was
amazing.
in 2016. You did that, huh?
Yes. So here's the legend. His name is his trail name is Yosemite Sam,
Yosemite
and
Sam.
he taught me how to go off trail.
Gotcha.
Uh, his grandfather took him up to the Yosemite beginning in when he was 3 years old,
Okay.
and his grandfather was a landlord and apartment place, so he would collect the rent, at the beginning of the month,
Yep.
and then go head up to the Sierras in Yosemite for about the rest of the month.
That's
Come back
fantastic.
down, do his job, collect the rent, and go back up.
Right now, so that you're just struck a nerve with me because the one thing I know about your story, these guys that you hang out with now, you guys met on the subway system. So where do you get this thing with meeting people and just going backpacking? Like what of all things it told you, hey, let's invite Charlie backpacking. You didn't know me from Adam basically at the time. And yet you find these people, you meet them in some of the strangest places and they become lifelong friends and adventure partners. And it's like, so what is it? Did that come from Buster, or is that something that you just been naturally have always done? Or
So I met him on the way up to climbing a half dome.
okay,
So we were on the trail coming out of Tuolumne Meadows, going
yep,
to Sunrise Lakes and Cathedral Lakes.
yeah, nice,
So my friends ran into his character first, and they kept talking and kept talking, and we're on the trail, and I'm getting annoyed. I'm like, these guys keep talking. Who's he talking to? And so I finally catch up and eavesdrop on their conversation, and he's just talking away about telling the stories of his grandfather and
yep,
and his pack. His mom stitched Yosemite Sam on the back of his pack.
okay,
I do have pictures to show you.
yeah, yeah,
But so I meet him, and he's telling me stories, and I'm like, God, I want to do that.
yeah,
And so I said, and then before we parted ways, I said, you know what? You've inspired me. Is there any way that we can keep in touch? And I'd like, to hang out with you when you go on your next off trail Yosemite excursion, expedition.
That's awesome.
So
Brian, I just got back from Yosemite. We just did 5 days, did over a little over almost 50 miles of backpacking with my cousin out of Baltimore. Just about killed him because he wasn't ready for 10,000 feet, but he made it. And we made it from Tuolumne all the way to the valley, did a little off-trail stuff. The one thing he caught my attention, though, is he would talk to everybody. And he didn't just talk to people. He asked them questions, and he wanted to know them, right? And it was the funniest thing because we stayed at Little Yosemite Valley, and he's off talking to all these camps and getting to know these guys. And then we met a couple there. And then the 2 days that we spent in the valley, all these people we met in the wilderness were in the valley. And we just kept on running into them on the buses, or we run them coming down from Glacier Point. And it was just hilarious because one lady goes, "Oh, it's the two guys," or, "those are two guys we saw this morning." And we ran into this guy coming down from Glacier Point. He goes, "Wait a minute. You're the guys that helped me up by Vernal Falls. You had all the information about the trail." It was so hilarious that he would make friends just like you do. And I have no doubt if he moved out here, he'd be hiking with all those people in a heartbeat. And I say hi to everybody, but I'm more of like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm walking down the trail, right? It's like, don't stop to ask enough questions. I think that's part of the secret to what you are, is that you get to know people. I mean, you've asked me so many questions. You have really tried to take time to understand why I did see a wreck and what I'm all about. Always take interest in my stories. It's part of your personality. I've got to think that has to come from Buster and your campfire time and all the things you saw as a child growing up and how that legacy.
I took it to the next level. So Buster's thing was, when you pass a human being, the minimum you say is hello. You recognize and you greet them, and you just say you say hello, and then if they say hello back, then they're normal.
Yeah.
And if you get in a conversation, be careful. It could last half an hour, 2 hours could go by.
Sure can. Yeah, the trail times goes away. I had an author on my show earlier this summer, Lisa Michelle, and she was talking about the same thing. Her best friend ended up being somebody that completely annoyed her the first time she was on the trail because she wouldn't stop talking to people, and they didn't get as far as they wanted to go, and she was just so mad, and it ended up being her best friend and longtime trail mate. But it was one of those things where it's like, "Will you stop talking? We have hiking to do."
Yes, yeah. That happens.
So let's we've been in the show 20 minutes. Let's give the readers some nuggets, okay? Let's give them some favorites, okay? So think back to your days with Uncle Buster and all your trips to Sierra. Let's give them like your top 2 or 3, like, gotta go see this place before you die if you're gonna go in the Sierra. So
Smedberg Lake.
Smedberg. Yep. Nice choice.
That's on the PCT and the PCT. Yep. Have you been there?
I have not been to Smedberg Lake. That one's new for me. So
it's gorgeous. Oh,
I didn't expect you to pull that one out of your hat. So why don't you tell everybody where Smedberg is kind of related? It's on the PCT, but where's it kind of in the Sierra related?
So that's the northern part of Yosemite National Park.
Yep. Right on the border, isn't it? Right near the border.
Yep. It's close. Okay. It's up there. Yes.
Yep.
There's another Lake Dorothy up there, I think, or something.
There is. The Dorothy Lake has a beach, right? So.
Yep. And of course, this one.
Vogelsang, yeah.
Vogelsang. And I think you were close to Vogelsang.
I've been to Vogelsang multiple times, so yeah, that's a beautiful area. So
especially if you're high on the ridge looking down.
Yep.
Oh, it's just sweet. Bernice Lake, I think you were at.
Bernice is one of I made me cry. Bernice was emotional for me. The other one that's by Vogelsang, all those lakes up by Vogelsang are fantastic.
Oh,
but it's Townsley Lake up on above Fletcher. Yep. I thought Townsley Lake was drop your jaw, drop your pack, and oh my goodness, look what God created type thing. It was there's a phenomenalness about landing at that lake and go, whoa, I get to live in this world. How about that?
Yes. Yeah. It's just so interesting. I mean, how many people have been to Bernice Lake? It's just
not a must. It takes some effort to get there, right? Things that take effort to get there makes you a little rare, right?
Oh yeah. It's a lot of time on the trail, a lot of sweat. Oh, it's not easy to get to. But the sunsets at Bernice,
the reflection of the water. I think I told you that the reflection at nighttime, I felt like the stars were an infinity pool in the waters. Like I could just drop in the lake and disappear forever. Right? It was
giving me God bumps.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. So that's a good spot. Those are really two really phenomenal places. You said Uncle Buster loved the Eastern Sierra. Oh, go ahead. You have another book there. I didn't realize you had other books.
Okay, so
Where's that one at?
This is destination.
This Ansel Adams. Is that Thousand Island?
Yes, so it's Granite.
Okay.
Granite and Thousand Islands. Oh, those are the two.
Those two, yeah.
Premier. I don't know which one is a better view and a better setting.
I personally like Granite.
I think I do too.
There's most people like Thousand Island, but there's something about Granite that's got a little bit of wildness to it that I just think's unique. I kind of like that view. So yeah, beautiful country back there.
That's Granite. So that's up on by the outlet.
By the north side, yeah.
Yeah, the outlet. So I came in from the High Sierra Trail, which is very sketchy.
Yeah.
Kind of cross country, and then dropped down into it, and we set up camp way off.
That would be beautiful.
And then came around the lake to the outlet.
Okay, you and I are gonna have to do another show sometime where you talk about the High Sierra Trail, because that's one of my reasons for doing the 100 miles this summer was to know can my body hold up to that much. But the High Sierra Trail is my bucket list hike. Like the John Muir Trail would be great, I'm sure, but the High Sierra Trail is the one that gets me. It's like I would love to do the High Sierra route from Sequoia, and I'd like to do it just like you do. I'd like to go all the way into Yosemite that way. Just let's come all the way around. Wow. I really would love to do that. I don't know if it'll get done in my lifetime, but if I was going to do a dream, like pack it up and let's go challenge the world, that would be the hike I took on. So
absolutely. Yeah. I've been toying with that for years. I'm a little bit apprehensive because it's challenging.
Big. It's very big, right? People do it all the time, but it's matter. Can you get time off? Can you get your body right? Get your pack dialed in perfect, and just have the right team of people. Like I would never do that by myself, but you've had you and me and people who know off trail and know how to get up and over.
Navigation. It's got to be big.
Navigation's huge, right? Yeah.
Because there's what's trail. You have to rely upon maps and compass.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm awesome. There's not that many people who know about the High Sierra Trail and who have it on their list.
I've watched too many YouTube videos at this point in life. Too many people out there just like me who just want to try stuff, have done pieces of it, talk about it. I think it's Andrew Shuck something that's online. He always is talking about it, and he's got some pretty great videos on YouTube. Forgive me, Andrew, if you're out there. Can't remember his last name, but somebody will put a comment down below and know who I'm talking about. But it's all about food for me, right? I don't know how you do it, but I'm really comfortable in like 4-night window for food. 5th night, I get a little worrisome. Usually, I'm leaving the wilderness by 5th night because that's when the food's kind of running out for me. Because I don't make my own stuff at home and really weigh stuff out for ounces and calories. My food packing is a little bulky still, yes. So I haven't figured that part out in backpacking. I think my next venture is go Sonora to Tuolumne is kind of I'm going to do that stretch. That's going to test my food storage out, right? It's like I know I can do the miles, but can I do the food properly? And I think that'll be a big challenge for me. I mean, I'd love to just go Sonora to the valley. And since I've done that route so many times, but I sat there 3 days. So
I've done that. So
have you done that?
Yes. So that's where you get the Smedberg.
You're my hero, man. That sounds like a great trip.
That was a 13-day.
13 day, exactly. 13. Yeah.
And that was a lot of food, a lot of food weight.
Yeah.
It was so much food, you can't pack it all in the bear canisters, so we had to hang food for the first few nights
in the Hoover Wilderness side of it, and
yes.
Then don't tell them that you're Yosemite, right?
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
So that's a heck of a route. Let me ask you a question. One of the things that we ran into in Immigrant Wilderness that was wasn't new to me. I've been off trail where things are hard before, but I ran into a section of the Immigrant Wilderness coming between Upper Bucks and Yellowhammer, where I got off in this bowl of granite in the kind of Cherry Lake Basin,
yes.
Or not Cherry Creek Basin, I mean. And granite forever, it all looked kind of smooth, like it was going to just flow in these. But you got back there, and man, it was some of the most difficult terrain for me to traverse because you couldn't see the cliffs, you couldn't see the the spots where you go down, all of a sudden the granite would fall away. It's 25 feet down, and there's
Wow.
no line on the map for it, right? It just looks like a smooth path, and you had to backtrack back up and find these little ways down. And of course, it was one of the hottest days of summer too, so didn't help me that I was just roasting on this granite.
Ooh.
Have you ever experienced that in this area where you decided to go off trail, or maybe you've just a long trail route and you get to a section going, man, this section is just flat out either kicking my butt, or I wouldn't send somebody here, my worst enemy here, because it's just one of those moments. I had that day. It's like, I'm not sending anybody this part of it. Even though I know people do it, it's just like that section's hard, right?
That's tough. Yeah, there's not very many people that do the immigrant wilderness area. You have to be top shape.
Yeah, it was challenging. We got it done, but it made us work for every mile. It was beautiful, but it's like, wow.
Probably the biggest reward is at night, because you got the whole sky.
100%. The nights were incredible out there. 100%. Because the water is different. The water, the southern lakes, Big Lake was blue like Yosemite, but all the other lakes were more like western, almost like Cascade Lakes. They were green. They had kind of a murky bottom. They're fishermen lakes. The fishermen love it up there. Lots of fish in the lakes. But they weren't those super clear, crystal clear granite bowls that we're used to, like when we're hiking some of the Yosemite stuff I do. But it was gorgeous. We really did enjoy it. It was just like, man, what a challenging route. We took horses in the first day. I think I don't know if I told you yet. We did a horseback assist, so they took us back further. We didn't carry our backpacks the first day. It was pretty nice, but
that is nice. That's
pretty cool.
That's the way to do it.
Getting us off topic there a little bit.
No, thank you for sharing those experiences, because I haven't done much of immigrant.
So, I was looking to see if there was a back door into Yosemite that way. That would be kind of fun to take on, and there is. If you go to Upper Bucks and you get dropped off, you can go back to Huckleberry, and Huckleberry gets out. You can get over. You can still get through there that direction, and then you're in that northern section of Yosemite, just one ridge over, basically. But
and where can I and the readers find that article?
It'll be in next Thursday's issue. I'm working on it right now. So after I hang up this show, I'll be working on the magazine. So we're trying to pluck it out before I take a trip up to Washington. So
I'm just itching to read that one. So
I appreciate that. Appreciate it very much.
You're teasing me right now.
do you have what's next on your bucket list? What is next on bringing friends to the mountains in your? I know you're already planning next summer.
Yeah, but I want to jump back real quick, because I did Hetchy for the first time. So,
yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
talk about your trip to Hetchy. I want to hear this.
I invited a really good friend of mine. His name is Charlie.
I couldn't go.
And he was like, sign me up. But then he's looking at the dates, and he's like, I think I may have a grandchild being born that weekend.
I did.
So I had to find another buddy, and I found another buddy, Mark, and you've met Mark twice.
Yep.
So we had a great time. Hetchy went way back in around the lake, and so that's not far from Immigrant Valley. Yeah. So you were just north of us.
Yep.
And we did spend a day at Cherry Lake, or one of the lakes.
Yeah, Cherry Lake's back there on the west side of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I've never been up in that region up there, so I've told you I've only walked out to the waterfall there. So I've read all kinds of articles about loops back there, but I've never done any of that region back there. How do you enjoy it? What was your thoughts of it as an area?
Yes, it's wilderness. It's rugged.
Is it?
It's fantastic. I'm glad I did it, and we had a wonderful trip. So very successful. Saw rattlesnake.
Yeah. Okay. Don't want to see one of those.
Didn't see the bears, but talked to people who saw bears.
Yeah.
While hiking on the trail, so they're abundant. They're around.
Absolutely, I've heard lots of bear stories out in that region. Actually, especially get up on top of the cliff above the waterfalls, that they're pretty abundant up there. But haven't personally been out and seen the bears up there.
They're around, of course. Yogi and his buddies.
That's awesome. So Hetchy's checked off. What's next on the Brian list?
I'm thinking the 20 lake basins.
Oh, love Twin Lakes basins.
So
Nice.
there is so much diversity there, and so many different trails. And there's North Peak. There's
Yep. Yeah,
and
you can
then
cross over. You can cross over to McCabe actually, even there. So
I
yeah, into
think
Yosemite, absolutely.
you inspired me because you did a trip to the McCabe's, right?
Yep, I did. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was our July trip. Yeah. So
How many? You got a lot of miles in?
that one ended up being 38 miles, I think, total the way we did the loop. Yeah. So it was a good trip. So
And then do you like that the area, the valley where you're kind of before you get to the lakes, and there's trees, but there's kind of small, and
mhm.
you're walking through a gnome
No,
forest.
there was a lot of trees down in that area, and it was
Yes.
not very much fun. I mean, it wore us out, right? But yes, beautiful area. All the creeks running down below. You can hear the water running. And then you had Virginia, not Virginia Canyon. Is Virginia
Yeah.
Canyon?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
that runs
is.
on the side down there. We saw the
Yeah.
PCTers head on down to Virginia Canyon looking, going,
Yeah.
they have to go down that. It looks really cool. But then we're looking at the other side. They had to go up and going, nah,
Yep.
we're going to go over here.
Yes. That Matterhorn Canyon too. The same thing.
Matterhorn Canyon.
Yeah.
One of my buddies, lakesofyosemite.com, he does, this year he finished up photographing every named lake in Yosemite. He's going to be a guest on the show coming up here. But he talks about Soldier Lake, just beyond McCabe Lakes, being one of his favorite lakes he photographed. He says definitely one of the places to go
Oh, I've
to
seen
get out
that.
there. So yeah,
That's thank you for that tip.
a
And
little tip there. So
what's his website or
lakeofyosemite.com or I think it's called lakesofyosemite.com. And he was on a mission for the last 6 years to photograph every lake, every named lake in Yosemite. He got his last
nice.
one this year just above out by Cherry Creek, actually. So
Can you
I thought,
drop his name? What's his name?
boy, I'm gonna apologize. You give me just a second, I can tell you.
Oh, we'll
So hold on,
look for
I got it right here. I'm just not gonna have it memorized for you. It's Mike, I believe.
I'm taking notes.
I'm writing it down here. So yeah, it's
I'm
Mike.
taking notes.
I don't know Mike's last name. I should know Mike's last name. Uh, it's Mike Mullen. Mike Mullen, Lakes of Yosemite. It's Mike Mullen Photography. But he did lakesofyosemite.com. You look at his website, and he's got it's an interactive map on there. If you go there, every lake has got a dot, and you post the dot, and the picture comes up, and he gives you a little preview of the lake. And but yeah, he went a lot of off trail to go find some pretty cool places. So
Oh
check it
yeah,
out. You enjoy it. So. Well,
I
hey, buddy,
will
I'm gonna apologize. You and I could speak for 3 hours, I know, but I
easily.
want to be responsible for our guests. We usually only have a 30-minute show. We're on 40 minutes now, so I want to do two things before we leave. One, I want to circle this back to Uncle Buster a little bit here. Okay, so I've been so impressed with you and how you go out and meet people and take people to Sierra and that mission and stuff. Want to give you kind of one last moment to kind of say, talk about his legacy in your life, your
Thank
family's
you.
life, and then what it's meant to you. I know he passed away this last year. For
Yes.
you guys, so you're doing a lot of memory stuff. But give you a moment to say that, and then we're going to run a sponsor thing. And I have 3 Sierra questions I ask all my guests. You get to answer those too, okay?
Okay, I'm ready for it. All right. So, one of his funny sayings is that, the Crowley Lake opener. You're going to the Crowley Lake opener unless your mother's on her deathbed. You don't think about. I mean, you're just going. That's just the way. That's just the way he carried. And that was it. None of this hee haw back and forth. Well, maybe because you have to commit because we have to reserve these boats on January the 2nd every year.
Got it. Okay.
So he used to bring his kids, and they would wait in line at Griffith Park overnight because at 8:00 a.m. is when it's first come first serve. There's only so many boats, and you have to wait in line overnight.
Yeah.
So it's just you're going, and it's always a
That's
good
awesome.
time, and there's always funny things being said and happening all the time. It's just sometimes he would put a cigar in his mouth, and they would just talk, and he wasn't. So Buster was not a tall guy. He was kind of short, but his best friend was a big, tall, 7-foot person.
Okay.
And so they would joke back and forth all the time. They're always cutting out articles in newspapers and writing funny things and crossing out the people's name and put Buster's or King Park. His name was
Sounds like a
King.
fun guy. Definitely.
That's
So
just built on families. It's more than just a tradition. it's what's important is not that how many fish you catch or what kind of fish or how big. It's just being there together, having a good time,
That's
and enjoying
fantastic.
each other and making each other laugh.
Yep. Yeah, I can tell you from experience with you guys, that's one thing that I took away. I mean, I walked away going, man, I could just hang out with these guys all the time. I'm always laughing or always having a good time. Doesn't matter if there's snow falling and the wind chill's 40 below. We're on the lake fishing. It was all just about the adventure. And I'll never forget coming back exhausted from being on the lake, fishing all day, and you guys grabbed your ski gear and headed to Mammoth Mountain to go skiing for the day. Just adventure guy, his adrenaline going. It was fantastic. So
Keeping the adventure going. That's right.
That's it, right. So, well, thanks a lot for introducing me to Uncle Buster and his tradition. I think you're doing a great job. I have a real quick sponsor message from Carson Valley here I'm going to run, and then I got 3 questions for you, okay?
Okie dokie.
All right. Again, thank you, Carson Valley, for being our sponsors. We really appreciate your support. Wide open spaces in Carson Valley. Fall is a great time to be here. Candy
Excellent
Dance is
time.
coming up next weekend. Be here for the Candy Dance. We got October. We got coffin races and Nevada Day coming up. Nevada's a great time to visit. Is the fall time. All right, Brian, back to outdoors. Got 3 questions for you. All my guests got to answer these questions, okay? All right,
Okay.
1, pretend your backpack behind you is packed, and you're heading out backpacking for the weekend. Anywhere you're going to go in the Sierra, where are you heading and why? It's a lot of choices, but you got to pick one.
Oh my gosh! You want me to give away my favorites?
I want you to tell me where you're going to go this weekend if you had a choice to go. So,
well, there is one in Yosemite, but it's a double, triple secret lake.
okay.
So I'm not going to reveal that
Just
one.
say you're going to Yosemite.
Yes, we're going to Yosemite. So, but I do, I'll reveal that McCabe Lakes, Upper McCabe.
Upper McCabe.
Yeah.
I like it. Very good. We talked about
Yeah.
that. It's a beautiful area. You can't go wrong with McCabe Lakes for sure. All right. So after getting back from a weekend of backpacking, right, food hunger takes over. I'm a cheeseburger and milkshake guy. That's why I'm my size. What is your go-to after adventure meal?
It's a gas station.
The mobile station.
Exactly.
Oh, little mobile station outside Yosemite. What's
Yep.
the food you buy? Are you eating salad or are you a pizza guy? What are you grabbing?
They have a ahi seared tuna.
They do.
That's and that soy sauce that they
Pretty dynamite, huh?
It's dynamite. It's teriyaki, but their hamburgers are just big, fat, juicy.
Yeah.
The staff there, I see them every year, the same guys, and always kind of start a conversation with them when I can because they're working hard.
They are working hard. Very good. All right. And finally, we're all gearheads in some way. Piece of gear you never leave home without when you're going out on an outdoor adventure.
Interesting questions. I think it's the spot.
It's the spot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's your spot thing. Okay, got you. Okay.
My communicator. So
Yep.
it's just a lifeline. So it's safety. It's such a beautiful, just gorgeous being up there in the wilderness. But you have to have safety in mind, and you have to have a lifeline.
Yeah.
To throw out in case something happens.
Yep. Hey, very good. It's a non-paid sponsorship. Spot's good, man. I like it. I thought you were gonna go fishing pole with your Black Panther mint or whatever.
It's so the relationship with my wife, is important. So I want to keep that going, and the communication is big.
That's
and
awesome.
So she has assurance that I'm okay. And it's all the messages are already set up. So
he's preaching to me because I don't have one, and my poor wife, I love her just as much, but I haven't done that for her, so I really probably should do that myself. So
but you know what? These cell phones, they're connecting to satellite now.
Yeah,
so
they are. Yeah.
They're getting better and better.
Little ping here and there is a good thing. So, hey, Brian, thank you, buddy. Thanks for being a part of the show, for sharing some of the love that you have to Sierra.
Did you like my shirt?
I did love your shirt, man. We're going hiking. It's what I do.
It's what I do.
Exactly.
And it's Yosemite.
All right, man. That's awesome. The self-proclaimed water guy of Los Angeles. Look out for him in classrooms next year. Watch out for the guy in the wigs. Brian, you're fantastic, man. Have a great adventure wherever you're at. And if you're listening to the show today, thank you for sticking around. We know this show went long. We hope that it was full of little tidbits that you're just looking above the map right now. But we really sure appreciate you being a guest. Leave us down below your favorite off-trail adventure you ever done, even if it's local community. Let us know where you're going. We'll catch you next week with more from the Sierra. Have a great day.